This is the round of 4 game of the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 62. This round of 4 game is going to be Clueless versus Cheese Enema. Chat bans have already been posted. They are Teemo, Cassiopeia, Jace, and Hergot. Because I was just reading down the list and it says Hergot. Damn it! They got me in that caster chat or that caster trap where they know that I'm just reading down the list, so they change things subtly and make me say things that I didn't intend to say. So there is that. Talk about those bans real quick. Teemo, Cassiopeia, Jace, Hergot. Teemo's really mobile on the map. He can get active, he can move around, he can do a lot of things. Blind, AP, Vision. My train of thought derailed. Give me like 2 seconds. 1. Okay. He's a fast champion. He brings a lot of magic damage to the table. The dot's good. Teemo works. His poke's great. He's a fast character, and he gives vision on the map. We see also Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia's AoE damage is completely ridiculous. Her sustained damage is ridiculous. She's killable, but she really puts out the hurt as an AP caster. Jace, he can brawl. He can have long-range poke. It's good. That's it. Jace is just good. He's fast, he can fight, and he can poke. And those are all great things. Then lastly, Urgot. Urgot is a durable, ranged AD character. He's pretty safe to play. He has a slow, his range is great, and he can pull people out of a fight, or if he really wants to, he can put himself in a fight. I don't know why he would do that. Sometimes he pulls J4 halfway across the screen because J4 dashes. It's a good spell to have, and there's a lot of cool plays that can come out of it. Evelynn, Lulu, Nidalee, Kasten, Kha'Zix, and Blank Space also banned. Evelynn, she's a quick character, she can move around the map. Her magic damage is good, and she always puts the bottom lane into a constant state of anxiety because you don't know when they're going to come down and kill you if they're Evelynn. Lulu is banned because... ban it.
You saw it last game. You saw why Lulu was banned last game.
Yeah. If Mad Supportal is on the enemy team... Actually, if Mad Supportal is on the enemy team, let him play Lulu. And then, when you realize how bad it is, ban every game after that. Ban Lulu every game after that you play against him. Lulu is the best support in Dominion because her kit is just... it's just jaw-droppingly amazing. Everything that she has is good. Damage shield, health increase, speed up allies, slow enemies, turn people into a cat. Everything there is great. Glitter Lance hits multiple targets. It's brutal. Nidalee, spears, damage. It basically comes down to that. If you want to get to her to kill her, you have to go through the spears. If she's standing behind a point and you don't see her, she's probably going to be there and chuck spears. If she's dead, her spears are still proccing vision on the map. What do you do? It's easier to ban her than have to deal with any of that crap, because you have to deal with it in order to kill her. But if you just ban her, you never have to deal with it at all. Unfortunately, you don't get to kill her. That's the problem. Kassadin.
Just do that to every champion. Just ban every champion, and then you don't have to deal with any of them.
I wanna make a suggestion, but I feel like you're gonna steal it. But you're probably in a far better position than I am to use it. I want to see a game where each team bans champions until there's only 10 left, and then they play those 10.
I like it. It's kind of difficult to do because
it just takes a long time.
Everyone has to own champions, or like
not necessarily.
So I've been trying to do a reverse draft, but that would require everyone submitting a screenshot of what champions they own.
No, it doesn't.
Beforehand.
We've done a couple reverse draft games, and they used to be kind of popular in in-houses over here too. We used to do them a lot, and basically it would come down to we just basically played Go Fish with Champ Select. Do you have this? Yep. Okay, you're playing that. Oh, you don't? Does anyone else on your team have that? Yeah. Okay, they're playing that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good way of doing it. Maybe that's what we'll do next week.
And then if you really, really needed to, you know, I mean, there's always going to be that scandal where, oh, he didn't, like, he was just saying he didn't have it and blah, 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 but, like, it works most of the time. It works out fine.
You could also just, like, require that everyone has at least 50 champions. That's reasonable, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's reasonable to, like, assume everyone has, like, at least 75, but I don't know, maybe a little less reasonable.
I don't even have 30.
Do you have the summoner blockers on?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to know that you have the summoner blockers on. To be honest, I only noticed because Sauron is currently running Smite Clarity.
Oh, he's always done that, even before Summoner Blockers were a thing. He just likes to... Well, that's Sauron. Like, I have the highest ELO ever in Dominion. I'm just gonna do anything I want now. And then his ELO tanked because he just stopped, like, caring, because his queue times got to be 3.5 hours. He didn't have anyone to play against. It was bad. It was bad times. And back to talking about the bans. The Caston is too purple. Kha'Zix is too Scyther. And Kayle is too gender ambiguous.
What? How? She's Morgana's sister.
I don't play games with the sound on. I
I
never ever have.
But she's Morgana's sister.
I didn't know that. I don't read the lore even. I'm sorry.
Oh, well,
I've never read the lore. My friends are just like, hey, come play this game, so I just kind of started playing it. And then I got Judgment Kayle, so I started playing Kayle, and I'm like, wow, this guy's really good.
I know that Lee Sin, like, lit himself on fire or something in protest, or like to protest the Noxian invasion of Ionia or something like that. And aside from that, I don't know the lore of any other champion in this game right now.
Yeah, I like the world environment, but when I can't interact with the world environment, I just kind of detach myself from it. I mean, there's this whole Ionian Noxus, and I've read like little bits and pieces of it, and it's pretty cool. It's interesting, but we don't have any way as players to ever interact with the lore, so I find myself not being concerned with it. I mean, it's good. I just can't make myself care.
It's nice to know a little bit
somehow.
of the lore so you can talk about it when you're casting. But that's the only reason I know anything about the lore.
That would be good. This one's the better sister of the two. I think that's a good idea. Maybe I should learn some lore. Thank you, viewers, for watching RheingoldRiver teach me how to cast. I'm not quite on her level, if you guys haven't noticed yet. It's okay, because I know some things that she doesn't. Ah, ha, ha, ha. What's that bottom right point's name?
Oh my god. Wait, okay, the top is the windmill, the upper left is the refinery, the upper right is the drill, the lower right is the quarry, and the lower left I don't know.
Winning.
What's the lower left?
The lower left is the quarry. The
Fuck.
lower right
is
the boneyard.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so it's the top is the windmill, the upper right... Oh god, I've forgotten them now.
She's going to ask me what a champion ability is during the next game, and I'm just going to be like, what ability did he use to kill that, Gandair? And I'll be like, just dead air.
Evelyn is Shadow Walk, Hate Spike.
Ooh, I know Hate Spike, and I know Ravage, and I know Agnes Embrace, right?
Yeah.
And then she has some other stuff?
Well, I already said all the other ones.
I would cheat off your notes if we went to the same school. But I couldn't get into your school.
I actually made a spreadsheet of every single ability name and its cooldown. And I memorized it. Well, I memorized all the ability names. I don't know quite all the cooldowns, but I do now know that Shen and Karthus are both 200. Twisted Fate is 180 along with Nocturne. And then 170 is Idol of Durand. And Soraka is only 160. I thought that she was 170. Soraka's 160. And Garen is also stupidly long for no reason.
See, someone
you can show the summary
someone eventually is going to make a Photoshop picture of Elise, and then her spell icons are just going to be spiders. Every time I click on it, it's just going to say spider, 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 spider. That Photoshop's going to happen someday, and it's going to...
So they want us to talk about the game instead of me showing off what I know.
Alright, well... We talked about the bans a little bit. Kayle, her damage gets out of control late game. Kha'Zix, he either bursts someone, either A, kills them, or B, forces them out of the fight. And Caston has extraordinary mobility, and he has a silence, which is awesome. Looking at the champions, the two teams here, we have Zyra. Zyra has an AoE Airborne, an AoE Snare, she has a slow, she has a lot of crowd control to her kit, and can delay for a really long time, in addition to doing a lot of damage. Pantheon, global map presence because of Grand Skyfall, has a stun, is a durable character. Pantheon's just, he's good. He suffers a little bit from kiting, but what are you going to do? Sauron on Syndra. Syndra's damage can be great, however she is very fragile. If you can hang back and really play with her, the later the game goes on, the more damage she deals. She's pretty scary. We're probably going to see bot lane for that. Tao on Oriana, we're probably going to see that up top. If you saw Tao's Oriana last week, it was absolutely amazing. Oriana can do a ton of damage, and she can do it from a pretty safe distance as well. We're seeing Ro4 being able to pick up Wukong. Wukong is a champion that's actually banned a lot, but he has that armor reduction, he has that AoE airborne, he's a durable character. Good decoy use separates the good from the great Wukong players, using that to play mind games with the enemy team. And then my screen blacked because it has to load. And then I'll talk about those other things.
I want to say there's an Amumu.
What?
Or was Amumu banned?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I just remember looking at Amumu, or I just remember like recalling Amumu's ability names. Because I was just going to read all of them
Talon.
out.
Sifu Calvin is an amazing Talon. I've had a couple people request that I do Dominion Breakdown on Talon. I need Sifu Calvin and Dynov. I will not do that video without them. I need those two and one more Talon player. And then I will gladly talk about Talon for an hour and a half and tell you how that character works and how to kill him and how to kill with him and all those other good things. But I need Sifu and Dynov, or it's just not worth recording. He has a silence. His engages are great. Talon's just a damage machine. Like, he will kill you. And you're slowed, so you just kind of hobble away while bleeding to death. It's actually really graphic when you think about what Talon does. He's pretty scary. He comes up behind you. He slashes your throat so you can't scream for help. He just throws a bunch of knives at you. You're, like, walking away bleeding to death, and he's just creeping up behind you and stab you in the back and kill you.
But it's okay, because his passive is called Mercy.
See? What? Talon's not right. That's not safe. I would pay $65 for an HD skin for League with, like, ability-specific death and damage animations. Like, I would just shut up and take my money, Riot. I would buy it. I would buy it so hard. But that's another subject for another day. We're seeing Annie as well. Annie has a lot of AoE damage, a stun, and she's extremely durable for being an AP character. She's a little bit slow, but by the time she creeps up in the fight with Molten Shield on, people have used some abilities already. If they find her alone, that's going to help keep her alive. She makes for a good dive, even a little bit with that to an extent. Molten Shield is one of the things that makes Annie so great. And if we see Kraug on Amumu over there as well, Amumu AoE snare with the Curse of the Sad Mummy into Annie's AoEs. That's a lot of damage all at once. And that can be absolutely devastating if they manage to pull that off. Like, you cannot face check a bush against those two champions, because if you do, you walk into your whole team getting snared and your entire team gets lit on fire. That's not good. Fire's bad. You need fire insurance. If you're a homeowner, you don't have fire insurance, you should get fire insurance. Because, like, you don't want to end up like, Odie from Dignitas. That was very unfortunate. Like, yeah, fires are bad. Sorry, I was starting to have flashbacks, like some things, but you talk.
So we're into the game, and looks like Wukong and Amumu going to be the two to capture this middle point. And Sifu, actually I'm supposed to call him Seafood this game. He requested that. Ray comes across, doesn't hit anyone. Annie has her stun available right now. Zarya making 2 plants already. Lee Sin actually interrupting Ro4 there. And Amumu going to take a little bit of pain from the plants. Those 2 plants are actually hurting quite a bit. And they do just there. And Talon comes in with the Ray, gets very, very low. Annie barely living, but not quite anymore. And Lee Sin has come in, gets exhausted almost immediately. Seafood trying to run away. 2 revives have been used. Wukong with the double kill there. Wukong is so strong. Lee Sin also going to fall. And that will be the top point going over to Clueless. Great zoning starting out from the Zarya plants, and then Wukong just doing work.
Mumu running around, sticks to half-hearted. Oriana is going to slow him down a tad, but he managed to keep up. Talon is able to get in range and engage as well. They are able to get that kill. Wukong is the only thing that stands between them and the point right now. Everyone else is on the wrong side of the engagement to really get involved in it.
So Wukong, a little bit cut out on the other side, is going to get a crushing blow onto Talon, but not do too much. Bandage Toss does miss there. And I just want to point out that Amumu did a great job of not wasting Bandage Toss early against Zarya. He knew that he moved faster. Zarya has one of the slowest move speeds in the game, and so he was just able to walk up, get that melee range Bandage Toss, and that was enough to pick up the kill. MMKH trying to run away. It looks like he will be able to get out, And Syndra actually now needing to be a bit careful because Lee Sin running away could turn into a bot lane gank. But is he going to get face checked there by BB Pop? Not quite, and he does make it back to base safely.
The Aegis even goes down. I wouldn't be surprised if he was stunned when he landed.
Yeah, he probably was. I did not check it though. At least Pantheon didn't jump all the way to well.
No. If you guys are going to bush check like that, if you want to catch someone who you think is recalling...
Use your Heartseeker Strike first.
Yeah. Use an AoE that you can drop blindly, and hopefully that will scare them out.
Well, it would have gotten the interrupt. If he'd done a max range Heartseeker Strike on the bush, it would have gotten an interrupt, and then he could have just jumped to it. Because typically Pantheon does need his Heartseeker Strike in order to do a lot of damage, but in that case, or in order to do enough damage to get a kill. But in that case, he actually could have gotten it with just a Spear Shot, I think. So, a Heartseeker Strike to interrupt the recall, and then jump to them.
Zyra, taking some damage from Lee. Lee, nope, just Safeguard out, carries the stun away with him. Safety Annie is the best door. Poking around, trying to find a position to engage with Krog there. Oh, they found Wukong.
Engaged onto Wukong, but he has Cyclone and Stranglethorns also. It's going to be 2 knockups in a row. The Heartseeker Strike doing a bit of damage. Moon does get his ultimate across. Great Shockwave onto 3 right there. And that is going to be 2 kills, 1 for Pantheon, 1 for Orianna. And Amumu will fall, but I think everyone else is going to fall from the red team too. Does not survive. See that disintegrate. There's the exhaust onto Annie, and Annie actually with a double kill there with her Molten Shield. Tipper's doing a lot too, and Half-Hearted the only survivor.
And Corvell moving up as if to defend or engage there in case the fight was close enough to him or they decided to move down. Retreating now to the bottom point. Orianna had used her revive there. It looks like she ended up not needing it. But regardless now, Orianna is going to have that increased health for a little while. Both teams looking for a position on the map. Looks like Annie and Amumu moving through the jungle. They know where Talon and Lee Sin are, but they don't know where 2 AP heroes are at. Tao heading hanging around up here near the top. Has the ball over on the other side to spot. Lee moving up. They both have a general idea where their one is. There's one pop of vision. There's the other one, so now they both know where each other are at, as opposed to just one-side information. They're going to break off and move in a different direction now. That vision is absolutely important in this game.
And this entire time, Clueless has... But there is Zyra getting caught out, and she will fall almost immediately. Stun from Annie into stun from Amumu, and she was just CC'd to her death. Zyra is very good from long range, but if you jump on her, she's going to die almost immediately. Talon, meanwhile, fighting Tao in top lane. There was an exhaust burn, I believe there is the rake, and that will be the kill pickup. But Pantheon is here. BB Pop coming in. Will Talon actually die to minions is the question. No, he will not. He does get away. BB Pop jumping in onto Mumu. Bandage toss actually misses, and Annie comes in, though, picks up the kill, and it looks like Seafood will survive, get a little bit of damage to the minions down. Almost getting executed there, actually, and just stay around for a little bit of extra gold. Falling, though, it is Ro4 coming in for the gank. At least did try to repel. There is the Cocoon landing. Scout of the Week actually does not hit exactly where she wanted it. One more Null Sphere. Can Wukong come in? She got the health. Sauron chasing down, drops a Null Sphere, and Elise tries to come forward, but Syndra picks up the kill.
Middle of the map, Lee Sin is going to take the Storm Shield for his team. And Seafood over by the Speed Shrine. No, he does not want any of that. He's seen Jumanji. He knows how to handle himself. Lee, though, in the wrong place at the wrong time. Unfortunately, a lot of damage being unloaded onto him right away. He is able to live for a little bit, get a little bit of damage in on Wukong in the process. But it doesn't seem like it will be terribly consequential. However, only time will tell in regards to that. They have an idea that Mumu was there. Orianna pops him.
And there's the stun onto Orianna, and jumping in. Shockwave comes across everyone, and the knock-up also from Wukong, and that is a double kill for Pantheon, despite the fact that Curse of the Sun Mummy was used, which is going to be pretty huge. I think it's a 140-second cooldown at base. Yeah, it is 140-second cooldown at base, and that's a very long spell that you don't want to have to wait for.
Sauron hang out to ward Elise away with a little bit of damage there.
Half-Hearted gets jumped on by MMKH, misses the E. Wukong lands in, gets a crushing blow, but looks like they are going to have to back off. Sonic Wave does not connect. Pantheon, meanwhile, coming into ball lane onto Elise. She's going to repel to him, gets a Heartseeker strike down, but not too much damage. 3 bot right now. And everyone actually just converging towards the bot half of the map. Half-Hearted waiting, has vision on him right there. Needs to be careful about getting hit by Mumu.
And he is, not going to connect MKH. So close. He's going to safeguard over to Talon instead. And they're going to move up towards the top point. A lot of members of Clueless on the wrong side of the map right now. But they're having enough time to catch up, it seems. Looks like Enema did not want to go out for that tower. They're breaking Amumu off from the group to start the capture. It's going to force them to respond. They have to respond to stop that.
Pantheon jumps onto Orianna. A lot of damage. She just gets instant melted. No tippers even. Talon does get his onslaught of shadows down. A little bit of damage, but not that much, to be honest. And Half-Hearted was able to survive Lee Sin there. Got a couple plants down. He's actually going to jump in. Very, very brave there. Gets the Dragon Kick onto Half-Hearted. Lulu comes in. He does not have Curse of the Sad Mummy, though. Stranglethorns comes down. Knock up onto 2. Orianna picks up 1 kill. Zyra picks up the other. Elise has rotated up from bot lane. Talon will get 1 kill. Rake will give him a second one. Tao trying to stay alive. Kind of low on mana. Orianna actually gets that kill. Gets the health in time. Can he dodge is the question. Can, but even through the exhaust, there's enough damage from Corval. And now Wukong trying to come in. Pop his revive just now. Crushing blow, and that's going to be enough. And meanwhile, with Elise rotating up, it was enough time for Sauron to cap the bot, so they're about to get a 4 cap.
It was a very good decoy from Wukong, using the decoy right when he hit the edge of the Fog of War, so he can decoy up and then have a little bit more time to apply that Nimbus Strike, because if he had walked straight out of the Fog of War, it would have forced Elise back into the bushes behind, where she could poke and delay for a little bit against him, instead of being able to get up there and pick up the kill against her. So it was very good use of that ability in the upper part of the map. Cheese and them grouping up together. Oh, the plants have found you! They know you're here! The jig is up, the news is out, Zyra's finally found them.
So it was a 4 cap for only about half a second, but they did get the 4 cap momentarily. MMKH wants the Storm Shield. Pantheon gonna jump in, Shockwave across onto 3. Curse of the Sun Mummy is up, but so is Cyclone. He does get exhausted. 1 for 1 so far. Tao wants to fight and chase onto Talon, but he does have that speed increase. And he will pick up the health and survive there. Amumu finds someone with his Bandage Toss. I'm not sure if he actually wanted to, though. Scatter the Weak comes down. Syndra picks up that kill. Elise also not bot right now. Probably will just run away. And so overall, a 2 for 1, I believe, for Clueless.
When the other bottom laner disappears, and you're a bottom laner, you can also sometimes get up and start looking around the map, because if they disappear and they don't come right back, they're probably not grabbing a health roll. They're either recalling or they're going up to join a team fight. And if you go up right after they go up, that keeps it from being imbalanced. Now you can stay down behind alone and try and pick up their tower. Doesn't always work, though.
That's what we saw Sauron doing earlier. Talon, onslaught of Shadow's a lot of damage, but Zyra does get out, or Tal gets out. Zyra does not. And that is going to be a 1 for 1. Rake comes across, but doesn't do anything. BB Pop, you are so far in. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Summon Tibbers is not available, but a Disintegrate can also stun you. Craig trying to chase BB Pop. Will he be able to do it? Can he dodge the Bandage Toss? Spear Shot comes down. Hex Drinker is popped. Great job by Amumu to pick up the health, but I think he may be caught out here as Tao has come back. Gets the Command Dissonance, 1 more Command Attack. Spear Shot. Craig gets the speed, and there's no one that he can connect with. Gets the health. BB Pop on the other side. Spear Shot, and that will be the kill.
Amumu finally being taken down. Unfortunately, he did live for quite a while, and he did run 2 members of the enemy team on a goose chase for a fair amount of time, which kept them from doing anything else. They were chasing Amumu when they could have been fighting elsewhere on the map. And Enema might capitalize on that right now. Lee Sin finding Orianna, doing a lot of damage. Talon able to connect as well. Pantheon joins the fight. Is he going to help stop MKH? It looks like it, but Talon is breaking off for the top to try and defend it, to slow down anyone who would approach and stop the cap.
So they did lose MMKH. They got the kill pickup onto Tao, and they also picked up the windmill. How long are they going to be able to hold it is the question there. Moon jumps onto Ro4. Half-Hearted a little bit off the side. Looked like maybe she was going for a back cap. There's Curse of the Sun Mummy coming in. Cyclone onto 3. He gets exhausted a little bit late. Seafood trying to run away. He should be able to get the health. Yeah, no problem there. Stranglethorns come down. That's going to fall onto Lurch almost immediately. Seafood is here. Jumped over the wall, but Ro4 survived, and he will not die to the passive from Noxian Diplomacy. Krag tanking a little bit of damage from the plants, but of course no damage from the turret. Lee Sin and Annie are regrouping with the team. Tao trying to zone a little bit. He does not have a shockwave. He has a shockwave now. And Mumu trying to run away. Cannot quite get out. Zyra picks up the kill credit for that one. And Talon has respawned, Exhaust onto Lee Sin. Great damage from that Annie Incinerate. Shockwave comes across, but it misses. He thought that the ball was somewhere else. I think just ulted on top of himself, and no one was around. Lurch now fighting against Tao. Looks like Half-Hearted will stop the point from doing damage to Tao. Gets one more command attack, but Talon comes in with the onslaught of Shadows. Ro4 needs to try and survive for as long as he can. Oriana did get the kill onto Annie. Seafood jumps onto Tao, gets that kill. BB Pop, you're so low, you're surely going to die. Quadra kill for Seafood.
Amazing delay by Annie, doing enough damage to make them think twice about going for the capture and buying time for Sifu Calvin to come up and quadra kill the enemy team. Sifu Calvin, great job at cleaning up that entire fight, but they're not quite going to get the tower. They have a little bit more work left to do. Sifu Calvin low on health. Unfortunately, things look very bad for him. Amumu trying to keep them back, and is able to do so to an extent, kiting them back around down towards the lower part of the map. Lee Sin safeguards through Amumu to close in, but he has a long way to go to get up to the top and try and win back the windmill. Lurch and MKH both alive, and they're both in a position where they could move up together, but against 4, it's not necessarily too safe of an idea.
Oh god, I suck. I've been calling Talon's ult by Hecarim's ult name this entire time. It is, of course, Shadow Assault. Wow, GG.
Oops.
Oops.
Reset.
I need to review that shit. I will review that.
I will quiz you every time we happen to cast together.
You can quiz me. You can quiz me right now. Nothing's happening. Just kidding. MKH, of course,
It's Dominion. Something's always happening. MKH almost dying is something that happens. And Annie, a lot of damage. Good Curse the Sad Mummy. That's a nice spot for them to be grouped up at. But unfortunately, they weren't killed by the time it broke, and they were able to get away from each other, spread out a little bit, and now they're turning things around the other way.
Great decoy from Wukong there, surviving the disintegrate from Annie would have hit him, but Syndra has roamed up. Pantheon picks up that kill, and Elise can't really do anything. They need to push the minions in top lane, or they will get the neutral off. Looks like Half-Hearted on her way to do just that.
Sauron hanging down to the bottom does a lot of damage to Corval, actually, and he knows he can go for the kill with how much damage he's able to land at the beginning there. Fun fact, you can throw Elise's spiderlings at her, and she doesn't like it.
Wow, Twitch chat sucks. They noticed earlier and said nothing. See, okay, the thing is I wasn't sure, but then since Twitch chat wasn't saying anything, I was like, okay, I guess I'm right.
Okay.
You guys suck.
Did you know that you could click on it and mouse over it?
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't know that. Forecourt just tried to teach me that. Sauron on the bottom lane, bad things happen to him. He gets spiders and knives, and neither one is a good thing to have be in you at any point. Unless you're getting a surgery, then I guess knives are okay, but spiders definitely not. Ro4 with the decoy right there to the Fog of War. Once again, going to buy him the time he needs to get a little bit closer to get in that Nimbus Strike range and be able to deliver that damage. He gets the kill on Talon as a result. Exhaust on Corval and the Airborne. She's going to repel up. He's going to take that time to pick up the Health Relic. So free healing while it's going on. Ooh, that's not very friendly. The stun was spent on the decoy. Ro4 Hexdrinker's procced. And he's going to be able to... No, Sauron's taking Ro4's kill because all credit to the Sauron.
And we'll start to cap onto the point. Talon is back. Did not pop his revive, just respawned. Uses Shadow Assault to try and get there. Actually saves the point. So the point is living at a silver health. I'm not sure if it's better to let the neutralize happen so that you can recap it to full, or if you actually want to keep it at that low health.
It's very situational dependent. But yes, you can sometimes just let it go neutral, and that way you can effectively heal it. Only if you're going to guarantee, get that kill real quick, so you have the time to cap it back. If you won't have that time to cap it back, don't do it. Lurch being chased by Ro4 is, yes, barely going to get away with the stun.
Great stun from there. Zyra trying to get away, Cutthroat, and that's not going to be enough. Rake, she's slow BB Pop, but it's actually going to be Zyra picking up the kill with her passive Rise of Thorns.
Sorry about the camera there, guys. That was awful. That's all me. I'm sorry. It was stuck in the corner.
Streaming.
Yeah. Alright, MKH now taking a lot of damage because he's by himself in the middle of a 3-way. Guess that makes it a 4-way if there's 4 people. I don't know how to math, but Krallig's by himself at the top. And they know he's there.
That 3 plus 1 is 4.
It might be.
I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. It could be 2. Wow, great last minute Zonias, but I don't think it's going to be enough, and then Null Spirit picks it up. Sauron with another solo kill in bot lane. just doing so great with that Syndra. I was a bit skeptical about the pick because Syndra tends to not be that strong, but he's been doing amazingly with it.
Ooh, Sifu Calvin, the dive straight through everything to connect with Tao, and he is able to get the kill from that. But Zyra, no, he's gonna jump through the wall and kill Zyra on top of that.
Pantheon jumping in with Grand Skyfall. Ro4 now chasing onto Krag, drops his decoy, and that is going to be Heartseeker Strike. Interrupted by the bandage toss. Can he get out? And there's a spear shot. 3 seconds remain on the clock, and it is going to be Clueless taking down She's Enema.
Sauron beating up on MKH at the last possible second.
Gotta boost that KDA.
Gotta have that KDA. Killing blows don't really matter too much in Dominion. Just throwing that out there. If you get 3 kills ahead in Summoner's Rift, that's almost 1,000 gold. If you get 3 kills ahead in Dominion, you can't even buy a longsword. Just saying, man. You want those towers. Take a look at the post-game lobby screen.
Now I gotta pull up Talon's LOL wiki page and read the entire thing. TG.
Maybe I'll have to do that Dominion breakdown. Then you can watch it, and then you'll know all about Talon. So these are the endgame items. If you guys are fascinated enough with those. Oh, Sheen Oriana, man. She freaking, like, she AAs so much. She throws those little swirly thingamajigs or whatever they are.
So I actually learned the other day that she actually only has 525 attack range, and that's probably the only reason that AD Oriana isn't OP.
Sure.
Yeah.
Damage dealt. Talon and Oriana leading the charge by a lot compared to everybody else. And the graveyard hero of this game is going to be Lee Sin.
Lee Sin got a lot of hero engages, but died almost immediately every single time.
Yeah, there were some great ones in there, but they just didn't turn out so well, unfortunately. As we are going to go on to the finals in just a moment.